There's no doubt that CM Punk is one of the most polarizing figures in not only WWE, but all of professional wrestling history. It seems like no matter where you are on the pro wrestling spectrum, you have an opinion about the Second City Saint. And while many of those opinions may differ, one thing is true, is that CM Punk is as controversial as he is great. And in this video, we are going to talk about one of the bigger controversies that Punk has been embroiled with recently, and those are his recent comments about the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and his feelings towards them, which may or may not have changed over the last couple of years. We're going to talk about that and also dive a little bit deeper into one of the bigger criticisms that fans levy against Punk, and that is that he is a bit of a hypocrite. So buckle up, strap in, do what you gotta do. I'm Omer Q for Real Take Wrestling. Be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Let's dive right in and talk about the hypocrisy of CM Punk. Now, before we get too deep into things, I do want to say that CM Punk may genuinely be one of my top 3 favorite wrestlers ever. I have always been enthralled by everything he has to say. When Punk is on TV, it is must-see. When that mic is in his hands, it is can't miss. And that is why I flew out to Chicago in November of 2023 at Survivor Series just off of the idea that he might appear at that show and return to WWE, and I was right. And for that reason, I am going to go into this with an open mind, because while I do agree that Punk is one of the greatest performers of all time, while I do agree influence, Punk has that in loads, and while I also agree that CM Punk may just be the greatest promo in professional wrestling history, I also know that the man Phil Brooks is also a bit of a hypocrite and maybe the least self-aware person in the history of professional wrestling. And one situation that really exemplifies that in the best possible way is his recent comments about the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now, during an IG Live, Punk said the following.
You hate coming to Saudi. I've never been to Saudi. I don't hate coming to Saudi.
Now, for those of you who may not have been able to make that out, in that video, Punk was asked by a fan about his thoughts on Saudi Arabia and says that he doesn't hate Saudi. He's never been to Saudi, and that caused a bit of a firestorm because CM Punk has been pretty outspoken about his thoughts on the WWE partnership with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Back in early 2020, when Punk was still under the Fox banner hosting WWE Backstage, he responded to a tweet by The Miz, basically saying that Miz should go suck a blood money covered dick in Saudi Arabia, which caused a firestorm in itself. But in that moment, Punk made his stance on this issue very clear. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is one of the most repressive and oppressive regimes that there is in the entire world. They are responsible for a plausible genocide in Yemen, starving countless children, and also one of the most repressive regimes internally in Saudi Arabia, killing journalists like Jamal Khashoggi, things that have actually hurt WWE's PR and their partnership with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, leading several talent like John Cena and the American Dragon Bryan Danielson to not appear on shows, at least for a while, given the fallout of some of these controversies. So, needless to say, there wasn't really a surprise, especially given some of Punk's other political stances, that he was going to be against appearing at the Saudi shows, or he was going to be against the Saudi regime. However, these comments, with knowing what Punk has said and knowing the connotations about what they would do, are puzzling, and many fans are wondering, well, why would Punk say this? Maybe he was just talking about the people, maybe he was talking about the country, maybe he was talking about just visiting. Well, I think that one thing has always been true about CM Punk, despite the fact that the man is one of the most well thought out promos of all time, and when he's in that ring and doing interviews, he knows exactly what to say, when to say it, how to say it. I think when you give Punk a little bit of free reign and he's just kind of going through the motions, that's when you get some of these types of moments. And a little bit of hypocrisy did show, because Punk went from calling out the blood money that WWE was getting to basically saying, yeah, I don't got a problem with it. And look, giving Punk the benefit of the doubt in this particular situation, you could very easily say, and it is plausible, that Punk was just kind of riffing, that he was really taking that seriously, and that's all well and good. But when you combine that with some of the other hypocrisy that Punk has historically shown throughout his career, it is plausible for one to think that maybe he has changed his tune on this. You think about the idea that CM Punk once prided himself as one of the guys who was going to say it straight and go and shoot on people when he's cutting promos, because that's what CM Punk does, only to have the likes of Hangman Page and others do that to him. And he didn't quite like that very much. You also have other situations like that now infamous interview with Ariel Helwani back in 2024, where Punk claimed that he wasn't trying to hurt Jack Perry, he was just trying to choke him out a little bit, which is a statement as hypocritical as can be. You also have other situations like Punk saying that he was there to help the young guys, that he was there in AEW specifically to be a nice guy and not be angry, grumpy CM Punk, only to turn around and kind of be angry and grumpy CM Punk, at least according to the reports. My point is, given Punk's track record, it is worrisome for many Punk fans that he would be going back on this. Now, it's worth noting that despite the fact that Punk was originally included in that promo package for WWE's upcoming Saudi show, he is no longer in it and has been replaced by Seth Rollins, so it is probably likely that he will not be there. But as far as what the future may hold, who knows? Again, Punk once claimed that he would never go back to WWE, the place that made him sick, the place that was the cause of many of his problems, the place that made him fall out of professional wrestling for a while. Yet he is back. And I am not saying that was the wrong decision, the right decision, or whatever. It actually seems like the right decision, honestly, for him. But at the end of the day, Punk has gone back on things that he has said before. One could say that he's a hypocrite, but others could say that it is just the evolution of the man, and things kind of change and are fluid. And I tend to see things in that respect. But if Punk does show up at one of these Saudi shows, I am going to tell you right now, the first person who is going to be shaking his head in the dirt, just being like, damn it, Punk, not again, is going to be this guy. But let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about this. Is CM Punk a hypocrite? Do you have a problem with this? Do you not? Do you not even care? Who do you want to see CM Punk face next? Let me know in the comment section. If you didn't really care about anything I talked on in this video, I want to hear that. Also, be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released.